Welcome, warm welcome to the Color Lights World Project. We are 10 international experts in the field of color and light, spreading trust, hope, inspiration, beauty, healing, and positive energies in these difficult times. Today, it's a great pleasure to present and introduce Lien Potgieter. She is from South Africa, Johannesburg, and we will have the pleasure to attend her Zoomina on March 9th at 6 p.m. Central European Time, which is 7 p.m. South Africa time or 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Warm welcome, Lien.
Thank you so much, Gabrielle, and thank you for it's such an honor to be part of this project. It is so beautiful, and I've learned so much already, so I'm very looking forward to presenting my class.
It's a great pleasure, Lien. So Lien, can you tell us, how did you get started with your work and with your job as a color consultant and color therapist?
It's a long story, but I'll keep it short. I started out as a communication specialist, and I actually do that, still doing that as part of my service offering. But about 10 years ago, I learned a new language. So communication is about language, and then someone suggested that I should learn a spiritual language. And at that time, I didn't know what it meant. I grew up in a small town in South Africa, in a very strict and religious home. And so it was completely out of my, I would say, comfort zone and frame of reference. So I asked for a few suggestions of what a spiritual language is. And this lady, who is an astrologer, said to me something like astrology or feng shui or numerology or something. And at that time, I didn't really know any of these things. And Google is your friend. I started Googling, and I stumbled across color and color therapy. And what that was like, that attracted me immediately. I read up on it. And fortunately for me, there was someone, or is someone in Johannesburg, who teaches color therapy. I immediately enrolled into the course, and it was like, I took to it like a duck to water. It was just like this, it just feels right. And from there, I started doing corporate wellness days, where I read colors at corporate days to employees in South Africa. So from being a communication specialist, which I still practice or do, to color, it's almost like a natural transition, because it's a language. It's just a different language that I've learned. So from translating words, I now translate colors, and I translate them into emotions. And one of the things that I find very fascinating and very important these days is emotional intelligence. And color is so closely linked, or you can use color, your color knowledge and your color attractions and your color rejections to interpret your own emotions and evolve and become better at managing things and better at navigating life. And so it becomes easier and more colorful.
Right, thank you. And what is important for you personally in your work?
And for me, success with my clients, or a breakthrough or a transformation with my clients, is when I read their colors and they have this aha moment. You can see a light being sort of switched on inside, and you can see it in their eyes. So it might be the smallest thing. It might be a big realization, or just something that that I confirm or affirm for them, or something that they hear for the first time, but it changes something in them. And when they leave, they're going to be a little bit different, and they're going to be a little bit, I don't want to say better, but life will be easier for them when they leave. And for me, that's what I love about my work, when I see that light go on inside my client.
Lynn, what is your favorite color? Or maybe it's more than one color?
Gabrielle, I love green. Wherever I go, when I go to a shop, whether it's for clothing or whether it's for interior or whatever, I always navigate or go for green. But then, depending on my emotional state, I go through different stages, and then I'm attracted to different colors. So one of my other favorites is yellow, and then I also love this pinky magenta color. But if I have to say, and I think my personality also is, green is my ultimate and all-time favorite, and I think it will always be.
Yeah, and as we know, the favorite colors do change over the years as we ourselves change. Do you remember what has been your favorite color, I don't know, 10 or 20 years ago? Was it different?
I have to say yes. I remember that when I moved out of my family home and into my first apartment, I painted the wall of this rented apartment, the dining room wall. I painted a bright orange. And that was a bit shocking for everyone around me, and I think also for the landlord. Because I think they thought, oh my goodness, how are you going to, cover this up when you move out? But I remember that bright, happy orange. Yeah, so I suppose it was orange about 20 years ago.
Okay. So it's very exciting to hear in your Zoomina the combination color and creativity. Personally, I'm also looking forward to that. Can you tell us what are you going to present in your Zoomina on March 9th?
So about a year or two ago, I really got very interested in the concept or the idea of creativity. And then I took my color knowledge that I've built up over 10, 12 years, and I've decided, and I thought of how can I integrate color with creativity? And it was almost like, I want to say, a divine download in a way, because there again, I had this aha moment that these two things are absolutely interlinked. And the meanings and the hidden meanings and the psychology of color is so linked to creativity. And then I created this structure. And this is the thing that I will teach in my class is 7 types of creativity, because I think creativity and creative intelligence is so important in our world right now. Whether you are a corporate employee or whether you are a homeschooling mom or an entrepreneur, creative intelligence will help you survive and thrive. So, but we are creative in different ways and all in our own unique way. So I came up with 7 types of creativity, links to the 7 colors of the rainbow. So that's the first thing that I will discuss. I'll give a description of the 7 types, and maybe you will recognize yourself as one of them. Then there are also 7 building blocks. There are 7 things that must be in place so that you become your most creative self. And these include, once again, emotional intelligence, because it's so interlinked with creativity. And then I'll show you how to use the different colors to either support your creativity or to boost. Say you don't believe you are creative. How will you become more creative just by introducing a specific color into your environment?
Wow, that sounds exciting. And tell me, I'm curious, is everybody one type of creative person, or can you be more than one type, or a combination?
I think you have a primary kind of creativity. For example, I'm a yellow creativity because I love coming up with new ideas. But a yellow creative type often struggles to implement. You have this amazing idea, but to take action is a bit harder. So I would say I can identify your primary type, but then we can look at a supporting color to help you implement. A violet type of creativity, they have visions, they're the strategist, but they're not always grounded in reality.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the primary type, but then we can look at how we can support and get better at our specific type of creativity.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Lynn. This really sounds highly fascinating. Looking forward to seeing you all on March 9th at 6 p.m. CET with Lynn's Color Creativity Zoomina. Thanks a lot, Lynn.
Thank you, Gabrielle.